Here, where's the fucking energy drink? That's all I care about. Alright boys, welcome back to the garage. And I actually cleaned up in here for once. If you guys take a look, I took a couple hours yesterday, completely swept everything, picked up the garbage. Now this half of the garage is still covered in crap because I have lots of stuff. I have 3 doors, wheels, engine parts, garbage, tools, Connor's tools, body parts, pretty much the whole car in body parts right here, and then more interior trim. But we have some good news. Today, the harness finally showed up in the mail. I have the lower harness for the KA24, which includes the alternator plug, starter, all that stuff, which is essential to start the car, obviously. So we are going to open that up. Hopefully everything's in there. I ended up actually getting a full engine harness with distributor and the lower harness, so I'll have extra pieces if I need it. But yeah, we're going to pull that out. I'll probably have to extend a couple of wires just because I do have everything running in the glove box. Like I said before, I'm going to have some wires running to there. But we got Verninator here. I think the last time you were in the videos was with Dustin last year making the exhaust. And someone commented on that video. They deleted it, or YouTube deleted it or something. All they said was, no need to make any more videos until you grow up. And I was ready to comment back and say something funny, but then I went to the comment and it was gone. So I don't know if YouTube decided it was mean and hurtful, because apparently YouTube's locking down on all the bullying and the swear words. But today's video brought to you by Rockstar. Any energy drink in the world, if you're looking for people, please sponsor me. I'm a fiend. We're gonna get at it. I'm gonna open this box up, make sure everything's there, and then hopefully we'll be able to attempt to start the car today, because I do have everything we need. I picked up a fuel filter. I have the intake now that I still have to install, and the engine is full of fluids. What is that? Your car?
Yeah.
That is kind of, yeah, interesting.
Learn something new every day.
We also have to do an oil change on Verna's car, as well as change a brake light, but that's not video worthy. I got mailed this by a dude in Ontario. It seemed pretty nice, so hopefully everything's good. Oh Jesus. Oh boy! Look at that, even a Dizzy, man. So many people have trouble finding these. Oh, I'm gonna leave the plug. I gotta find which part of... This is the part I need. This is the only piece that I've been waiting for probably over a month. I've been looking. And this is the only thing stopping my car from starting, or so we hope. So, just gotta figure out where everything plugs in and then run it to it. I don't know what these wires are, but they're cut, so that's cool. For now, I've ripped apart the harness. Like, I took off all the shielding and stuff. And I've got it all kind of laid out separately. This is just the power for the starter, so I'm going to have to replace that since this isn't going to be long enough. And it just bolts to the starter. This, I am not 100% sure what it's for. It's cut. I've never seen this plug in my life, so I don't know if I need it. I'll have to check the FSM. And then I have all these that I just plugged in right now. That's another wire that I just cut. We'll worry about that later. But these are for the alternator, and I believe this is for the starter there. So I have to extend all this, and then these are all the wires that were, I'm assuming, for the trans harness, and they're cut, so I don't know what the fuck to do with that right now. But yeah, this is that wire that I just stripped, and we're gonna lengthen it. This is for the alternator. So I'm probably not gonna film me actually doing it. I'll just film the aftermath of how I have the harness set up. So next time you see me, I'll probably be somewhat done. I don't know if I'll do it all today. My man. I'm gonna call you BP from now on. Regs, here. Probably don't need that many, but fuck it. Where did I put my harness? I was gonna show them. Boom! extended. Number 1. I am gonna fully wrap it in tape, but just not right now. All right, guys, it's getting a little chilly and we got to go shopping for dinner. I pretty much have the harness completely done. The only thing I have left now is to tape it all up and run it. Obviously, we did run one of the starter wires in the engine bay. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but oh yeah, so this wire coming out, it's going to be run along with the engine harness, and it goes, not the starter, the alternator. It bolts onto the alternator under there, and this wire will be kind of tucked up and away, so you won't be able to see that. And then we've got the rest of the harness. So you guys saw in the video what it looked like before. It was just a big old mess of wires. We've got this will go into the glove box, and this piece will go in the glove box, and then the other piece already went in the glove box. We've got the speed sensor that I extended slightly. It didn't need to be too long, so I need to tape that up. And we've got the alternator plug and starter plug lengthened. So once it's all taped up, it'll be looking nice. It's like it'll look better than a wiring specialties harness. No offense to them. So yeah, I'm going to continue this video most likely tomorrow. Coronavirus got the school shut down, so I've got a little bit of free time on my hands.
Coronavirus?
No, I said virus. I just said the R all fucked up. But yeah, so yeah, look at my garage. It's so clean. I'm so happy. Werner did the oil change. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning or whenever I work on it next. All right, boys, welcome back to day 2 of finishing up my engine harness. Finally, after months of waiting, like I said, I think it's been about 1.5 months trying to find one of these things. We're just going to hop back right in from where we ended yesterday. Like I said, I'm not going to be showing the whole process of everything. I'm basically done. I've just got to wrap up these wires that I've got laid out here. This is all that's left of the transmission harness. There's also that ground that I need to figure out what to do with. I'll probably just run it to wherever. We'll worry about that later. Something I didn't do on camera is my quarter panel. I sealed it all back up because this was all cut out. Now, this was my decision to cut it out, and then I realized that if I want to street the car and I want to keep it actually somewhat clean on the inside, I would have to fill all the holes on the inside of the fender so that there was no dust or water or dirt coming into the actual inside of the car, because there are a lot of holes on the inside once you cut your fender out. So it was kind of a pain in the ass. I was going to fill all those holes and it was just like too much work, so I decided I'd just buy some sheet metal and re-weld in my wheel well with another trailer fender. It ended up being pretty much the exact same size I needed, so I just cut a trailer fender in half, welded it into place where the arch is, and then I just welded in some sheet metal, used some seam sealer, and I'm just about to paint that up just so I can cover it so it doesn't rust. Once that's done, then I'll be able to just put the over fender on and we should be good. I've got a couple bigger holes in the quarter panels that I still need to fill. That's from the antenna. So there's still a couple holes that need to be filled, and these are just going to get filled with spray foam so that nothing gets into them, and I'll just put some seam sealer on top of it. I think this is probably the easiest way to seal up your quarter panels if you are worried about the dirt and stuff but still want that lifted arch so that you get the clearance for a lowered vehicle and the wider wheels. That's kind of off topic. I didn't want to do it on camera because it's just like such a long and boring process. It took me probably, I don't know, 3.5 hours to do that, so not too bad. I still got to do the other side, but I need to move the car over. There's just not space on that side to do anything, so I'm going to have to try and figure out a way to pull the car over this way because I don't have wheels, so I can't roll it. Enough blabbing. I'm going to finish taping up this harness. I can actually run all the wires, get everything tucked how I like it, and then that should be it, honestly. I can bring out the battery, hook it up, and see if we can get this thing started at all. So that'll be the next step in the process. It's been a long time coming, and hopefully this actually works out. See, now wasn't that the most exhilarating thing you've got to do all day is watch me tape up my harness? Yeah, so it's basically done. That's not part of it. That ground right here, this should pretty much be everything. I've already got the other one plugged in like I showed you guys. So I'm just gonna run it through and hope everything lines up. I should bolt this ground somewhere. I don't know where, but I'll bolt it to maybe like the transmission and the motor, or the motor to the bay. Because I feel like that's going to be the biggest issue when I try and start this thing. I feel like it's not going to run properly because I think there's only like 1 or 2 grounds connected right now. I haven't seen any more on the harness. Like anywhere that there's a ground, I've bolted it up. So we'll see what happens, I guess. But if it runs weird, first thing I'm going to think is the grounds. So we'll try and get this all run through right now, and then maybe fire it up. I don't have an exhaust, but it'll be loud. That's okay. Alright guys, so I finished putting all the wiring in. Now I just fed all the fuel lines to the rail and the return. And the last thing I got to do is put the intake on. I'm not 100% sure where all the hoses go. There's like 3 of them or something, but I'm going to try and figure it out. I bought a new coupler. I got my intake actually off of eBay, and it came with like really shitty couplers. So I just went to JB Power Center, picked up a Vibrant coupler that I need. And so now I should have everything to install the intake. Once this is done, I think this is literally the last step. So I'll go in, I'll grab the battery, and then I'll be able to connect the power. Now I don't think my fuel pump was priming last time I tested the battery. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to check that out. I've checked the fuses and it didn't look like it was blown, so maybe there's not even a fuel pump in it. I don't know what the previous owner did. And I also don't know if there's any gas in the car or what the quality of the fuel is. So we'll see when we get there, but for now I'm just gonna get this installed, and then we can go from there and decide if I'm gonna be able to start it today or not. I really hope I am, because I keep telling you guys the next video will be me starting it and then nothing happens. So this one should be it. This should be complete for engine and wiring. I can put my interior back together. I'll actually be able to start putting on the body panels too on the front end. So that's exciting, and then just getting everything lined up and starting body prep. So that's why I want to get this done right away, so I can start with the body prep and be ready for summer and paint. So I'm pretty sure we have everything hooked up. That's temporary, don't worry. But yeah, everything looks hooked up. I've got the fire extinguisher chilling here, ready to go, because you never know. And I just brought the battery in, or out from inside. Got an Optima yellow top that I bought online for super cheap, so that's dope. Oh, got this the wrong way. Let's just flip this around. Ground. She's a little loose, but that's okay. And power. There, I don't think the battery's dead. I don't think any fuses are blown. Like I said, I don't know if the fuel pump's gonna work, or if there's even a fuel pump in the car. I don't know why there wouldn't be. I don't know why you would pull one out before you sell a shell. Maybe it's worth some money, I don't know. But yeah, fingers crossed, we're gonna try this. We're gonna go for it. I'm a little nervous. I feel like nothing's gonna happen and it's gonna be disappointing, but I don't know, still worth a shot. I'm gonna put earplugs in because I don't have an exhaust and it's gonna be hella loud. Hopefully she just goes, boys. Oh, never mind, I forgot to hook up this starter power cable, my bad. So we're not ready yet, give me 5. Boom, done, that was about 30 seconds. Now let's actually try and start this thing. So the wires that I just extended were not actually plugged in under the dash. I completely forgot about those. So let's try this again. Round 2 of trying to at least crank it over. If I get some movement out of anything, I'll be happy. I don't care if it actually starts or fires up. That's just a bonus. But I do want to make sure that there's actually everything is getting power as it should be. There's no smoking. And yeah, okay, so round 2, let's go. Okay boys, so there was cranking, it sounded good. Still no fuel pump priming going on. I'm going to check the fuses again And if I can't see anything in there, then I'm guessing I'm going to go pull out the fuel pump and see what's up. Maybe there's not one in there. Who knows? We'll see. But it's time to do a little bit of diagnosing. Alright, you guys, I feel like I haven't actually explained what's been going on the past couple of days. Yesterday, I think, was the last time I tried recording anything, and that was me trying to turn the motor over. You guys, I'm going to throw the clips in right now, and you'll see what I'm talking about. There's been a few issues trying to get the thing running, and I expected that. That's what project cars are all about. It just kind of sucks that there's been so many small, like, stupid issues, and that does come with the project car life, but sometimes it just makes me not in the mood to film, so that's kind of what's been happening lately, and I'm just going to break down the process of what's been going on and how I figured out what my little issues were. So currently the car doesn't actually start. The biggest issue I had is when I finally got my battery in, I got all the wiring harness in and everything. It was all good to go. I tried cranking it over. I found out that my fuel pump doesn't actually prime, and I couldn't figure out why. I checked power. There was no power to the actual fuel pump relay, but there was power to the fuel pump fuse. I thought that was kind of weird, and after I read the wiring diagram a bit, I realized that the fuse actually is just a straight wire to the relay. Super weird. After a lot of diagnosing and running through wires, I tore apart my whole engine harness in the car right now. So that sucks. I'm gonna have to retuck all that, but that's kind of what happens when you have to go through wiring and chase stupid issues. Pretty much after like a full day, honestly 7 hours of chasing stuff, I gave up. I was searching everywhere, couldn't figure it out. Came back, and Dave let me borrow a test light, which kind of helped because it would show what's a ground and what's a power. Realized that there's no power feeding to the relay, like I mentioned before. And I did this before. I don't know what changed this time, but I pulled the fuel pump fuse. It wasn't blown. I swapped it out anyway, and then lo and behold, there was power. So I actually swapped the fuse last week. There was nothing. I still was having issues with power, and I swapped it again, and now all of a sudden I have power again. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why that did that. Now the fuel pump's priming. My injectors are pulsing. I tested my spark plugs. They look like they're sparking, but for some reason I'm still not able to fire the car up. The only thing I can think of is maybe the spark isn't strong enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my spark plugs. My boy Dave hooked me up. He just happened to have the BKR 7E spark plugs in his garage, so he let me borrow those. Or not borrow, but he let me take them. So I'm going to replace my spark plugs, hoping that maybe it's a bit stronger of a spark and it can actually ignite the gas. Alright guys, so this video is starting to get pretty long, and I don't seem to be making any headway with getting the motor fired up. So I'm going to end the video here. I think I've got like about 100 clips of video to go through. So this video probably was a little bit long. I apologize for that, and I wish I could get this thing started for you guys, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to do some more chasing and figuring out. If anyone has any ideas on what it might be, definitely comment below. I have good spark. I've checked it. I've tested the injector O-rings and they don't leak. I've checked the injectors, make sure they're pulsing. Yeah, I've checked the compression like you guys saw. And at this point, I'm not 100% sure on what to do next, so I've checked the timing. But yeah, if you have any ideas, comment below. I'm going to keep trying to go at this thing, but I probably won't actually film unless it actually fires up. And then I'll be able to post a half-decent video where there's actually like a objective that actually works out for me, because so far they haven't been. But I'm going to keep trying to upload. It seems like I'll have a bit more spare time on my hands with this coronavirus going on and with school being online now. So as far as trying to get this thing running will be good. Whether or not I make progress in other spots all depends on money and stuff. So that's kind of what's going on right now. And hopefully next time you guys see me in this car, it will be turning the key and firing up. If not, then I'll try and get some footage of something else. I have a couple cool ideas in my head of what I want to do with some other parts of the car that don't have anything to do with actually getting it started, but just aesthetics. So that'd be something I might be able to do and cover before I actually fire this thing up. But I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you guys for sticking through this video. I apologize that I couldn't get this thing running, and like I said, if you have any ideas, hit me up, go on my Instagram, message me, anything like that, and maybe we can try and get this sorted. But until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hit that like button, hit the sub button if you're new to the channel. I'm almost at 800 subs. I think I'm at 798 right now, so if 2 people want to just like hit that button and help me out, that'd be great. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video.